What if I told you that 5 simple words could completely change the way your brain works? Not next year, not next month, but starting tomorrow morning. Because here's a truth most people never realize. The first thoughts you repeat after waking up become the operating system of your mind. And most people unknowingly sabotage themselves before the day even begins. They wake up and say, "I'm tired. Today is going to be stressful. I don't feel like doing anything." And in that moment, the day is already lost. But nearly 2,000 years ago, the Stoic philosophers, like Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca, understood something powerful. They knew the mind is not fixed. It can be trained. And the training begins with the words you repeat to yourself. So today, I'm going to give you 5 powerful words that can slowly rewire your mind, if you repeat them every single morning. Not once. Not occasionally. Every day. Because repetition creates belief. And belief eventually becomes identity. Word number 1, control. The first word is simple, but it can remove half the stress in your life. Control. Every morning remind yourself of this truth. I control what I can. Nearly 2,000 years ago, Marcus Aurelius wrote in his journal, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Think about that. You cannot control traffic. You cannot control the economy. You cannot control what people say about you. You cannot control whether someone respects you or criticizes you. But you can control something far more powerful. Your reaction. You control your attitude. You control your effort. You control the way you respond to chaos. Most people exhaust themselves trying to control things that were never theirs to control. But Stoics wake up differently. They wake up and say, "I will focus only on what I control." And suddenly, life becomes lighter. Not easier, but lighter. Word number 2, discipline. The second word is the one most people secretly avoid. Discipline. Modern culture tells us to wait for motivation. But the truth is, motivation is unreliable. Some days you feel inspired. Most days you won't. And if your life depends on motivation, your results will always be inconsistent. But discipline? Discipline doesn't wait for feelings. Discipline shows up anyway. The Stoics believed discipline was the bridge between who you are and who you could become. So every morning say this: I choose discipline today, not tomorrow, not next week. Today. Discipline in your work. Discipline in your habits. Discipline in your thoughts. Because every disciplined action sends a message to your brain. I am someone who follows through. And identity changes everything. Word number 3, gratitude. Now here is a mindset shift that can completely change your perspective. Gratitude. Most people wake up thinking about what they don't have. More money. More success. More recognition. But the Stoics practice something powerful called negative visualization. They imagine losing the things they take for granted. Their health. Their family. Their freedom. Why? Because when you realize something could disappear tomorrow, you start appreciating it today. So every morning say this: I am grateful to be here. Grateful for another sunrise. Grateful for another opportunity. Grateful for another chance to grow stronger. Because gratitude doesn't weaken you. Gratitude makes you resilient. Word number 4, resilience. Life will test you. That's not a possibility. That's a guarantee. You will face rejection. You will face setbacks. You will face moments where everything feels like it's falling apart. And in those moments, most people break. But Stoics trained their minds for hardship. They believed obstacles weren't enemies. They were teachers. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The obstacle is the way. The thing standing in your path may be the very thing meant to make you stronger." So every morning remind yourself, I am resilient. I bend, but I do not break. I struggle, but I continue. I fall, but I rise again. Word number 5, purpose. And the final word, The word that gives meaning to everything else. Purpose. Without purpose, life becomes a loop. Wake up. Work. Scroll through social media. Sleep. Repeat. But Stoicism reminds us that life is painfully short. Seneca once wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." So every morning ask yourself one powerful question. Why am I doing this? Why am I working? Why am I improving? Why am I pushing forward? Because purpose transforms struggle into meaning. It turns effort into fulfillment. And it transforms ordinary days into a meaningful life. Powerful ending, retention ending. So tomorrow morning, before you check your phone, before you open social media, before the world tells you who to be, pause, take a deep breath, look at yourself, and repeat these words: control, discipline, gratitude, resilience, purpose. Again, control, discipline, gratitude, resilience, purpose. Because the life you build begins with the thoughts you repeat. Every morning, every day, every year. And if you train your mind long enough, one day you will realize something powerful. The world didn't change. You did. Because weak minds wake up reacting to life. But Stoic minds wake up commanding it.